Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolessence. Welcome back to another video. Slightly different setting today. I'm actually shooting this video from my hotel room in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Well, in today's video, we're going to be taking a closer look at a fragrance by Navitus Parfums. Obviously, this is one of the Chaos Fragrances collaborations, and of course, the creative director is Dallas from that YouTube channel. This one is called Soleil Matin. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on this fragrance, so make sure to stay tuned. Before I begin this video of my thoughts on Soleil Matin by Navitus Parfums, a fragrance where Dallas from the channel Chaos Fragrances is the creative director, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, if you like reviews, top 10s, giveaways, and more, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. And of course, while you're at it, make sure to enable notifications by clicking on the bell. And if you can give this video a thumbs up, it would really mean a lot to me. And so many of you know probably that I launched the initial 7 fragrances from Navitus Parfums, and then I followed it up with 3 more, which are Arcanum, Lautus, and Opulentas. And then of course, since then, the brand has collaborated with a few other creative directors and YouTube personalities, one of them being Buck from the channel Big Beard Business, and of course we also have Monica Choch, and now of course we have Dallas, who actually came before Monica, but this fragrance is called Soleil Matin. Now there are 2 Takasago perfumers who have worked on this fragrance. Francis Crookjohn, of course, needs no introduction, and then we also have Jerome de Marino. And as you can probably tell by the name Soleil Matin, Soleil meaning sun, Matin meaning morning, this one is going to be a very bright, sunny, fresh summer fragrance, and that's exactly when I love wearing this one. Right now it's about 100 degrees outside Fahrenheit. It's really, really hot. So the note breakdown is conveniently located on the back of this card. I'm going to read it for you guys in a second, but let's go ahead and start things off with the presentation. So right in the opening of this fragrance, you are going to get this heart of citrus, and there are so many citrus ingredients that are creating this bright and vibrant tone in the opening, which is so fresh and refreshing. And like I said, I was going to read the card off, or the notes off the card, and here they are. So in the top, you have Italian mandarin, Mexican lime, really unique, first time that I've ever smelled that in a fragrance, Indian lemon, orange, and grapefruit. So you have 5 different citrus ingredients just in the top alone. In the heart, you have jasmine, which does convey a very clean smell in this fragrance, Madagascan pepper, Indian ginger, and lemon pepper. And then in the base, you have Moroccan cedarwood, Indian sandalwood, ambroxan, and musk. And so ambroxan is one of those contemporary notes, and of course we see it in fragrances like Dior Sauvage, but we also see it in a lot of other niche fragrances that don't necessarily disclose it as a note, but it is used as the synthetic counterpart to ambergris, and ambergris is of course very expensive, and it's used in a lot of citrusy fragrances and a lot of fresh summer ozonic and oceanic fragrances, just because it kind of conveys the strength of the ocean. And so it does add that slightly salty oceanic appeal to the fragrance. And so this one merges that bright summer fresh citrus with that oceanic component, which is brought forth on account of the ambroxan. But then you also have some woodsy nuances to sort of ground it, because if this fragrance were all citrus, it wouldn't last nearly as long as it does. And this one actually lasts on my skin a very long time. So I'm going to get about 8 hours of longevity from this fragrance. And of course, most of the reason why that is because it has those heart notes like the florals, which come across smelling very nuanced, nothing too strong. You also have that Madagascan pepper, which adds a slightly spicy kick, never fully taking away from the freshness of the fragrance, but really only complementing it in the best way possible. Now, in terms of the citrus notes, because one might ask, what are you getting most of? Is it the lime? Is it the lemon? Is it the bergamot? I would say it's a nice balance of the lemon and the bergamot. And so lime has a very distinct aroma for me, and also grapefruit. Grapefruit is very tart, Some people might even call it acidic, which of course citrus fruits are in nature, but I think grapefruit has a very nuanced smell. And I think the two notes that I'm getting the most of in here are the lemon and the bergamot. And so it opens up very bright, very fresh. I'm personally loving the freshness in this fragrance, and it just carries me through the day. It makes me feel fresh, very well groomed, very well tailored. This is a great office scent. It comes across smelling very professional. I know Rêve Nuit is the other fragrance that he worked on. That one is a little bit more romantic. And so I can see myself wearing that one on an evening, perhaps. And of course, Nuit being in the name kind of conjures up that feeling. But I also find that that one is a little bit more romantic, a little bit more formal, whereas this one conveys more of a casual vibe. But I think it also has a daytime vibe to it. And if you're working a 9 to 5 like most people, this is going to be a solid work staple for you. And so I'm enjoying having this one in my collection. Dallas, I think you did an amazing job. Congrats to you. And I'm so happy that this is part of the brand's catalog. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, of course, citrus and ambroxan are a pair made in heaven, or a match made in heaven, I should say. And although we see that combination in so many fragrances out there, I really think it's the inclusion of a lot of these other ingredients like the lemon pepper, the Madagascan pepper, the Moroccan cedarwood, the sandalwood, the ginger, that really add this fresh quality to the fragrance. And of course, ginger, if you're familiar with it from fragrances like Burberry Sport Ice, or perhaps even the original Dior Homme Sport, you know that it just adds to the freshness, and that's what's happening in here. Overall smell is very pleasant, very easy to wear, definitely a compliment-worthy DNA. In terms of the longevity, you can expect about 8 hours on your skin. The projection is fantastic for the first 2 hours of application. It will radiate beyond an arm's length. It is very strongly concentrated. It is parfum strength. It might as well be extrait de parfum strength because it is in the wheelhouse of 25%. So very strongly concentrated. In terms of the projection, like I said, you are going to get those 2 hours. Versatility on this one is great. You can wear this one dressed up, dressed down. I think it gives more of a casual vibe, especially when you're putting it up against a Rêve Nuit. I think that one is a little bit more appropriate for the evening. So I would say this one is more casual. It's definitely great for the summertime. Even like a warm autumn evening, I can see this one working really well as well. Completely unisex. And then in terms of the presentation, I think the color on the bottle is perfect. I think everything about this fragrance was executed to the best of the brand's ability, but also Chaos's ability, because he was the sole creative director behind this one. So my final verdict is, if you are looking for a spicy, fresh summer offering with notes of lime and lemon and bergamot and grapefruit and ginger and pepper and ambroxan, look no further. I think this is an amazing fragrance. I am a little bit biased and I love wearing this one, but I just have to call it like I see it. This is an awesome fragrance, and it's definitely one that I have already been wearing a lot of in the summer. I will continue to wear this one. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate your viewership. If you took something of value from my review of Soleil Matin by Navitus Parfums, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. Also, if you can give this video a thumbs up, it would help tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Thanks again for watching. Love you all. We'll see you soon. Bye.